Right, fair use copyright. In case you hear this program in the background, I want them to flag my video. But fair use copyright. I'm watching this program, which is actually a black news platform that puts out good information. Y'all need to check it out. African Diaspora, African Diaspora News Channel. African Diaspora News app. We own that app. We own that app, fam. Black people. And Brother Phil handling his business. I told y'all about Brother Phil. Posted Brother Phil's videos 1,000 times. Some people might not follow Brother from our people. What we're actually going through an experience and making sense out of them. Getting old, man. I'll be checking stuff out, but things I'll be checking out has to have. It deals with information. We need knowledge. A lot of these things you probably find yourself into, I believe, is because of lack of knowledge. I truly do. If you don't know the information about a thing, because think about it, everything is predicated on instruction. Even you, that's why I stick to the Bible. You have a creator, and you trying to figure out who you are and your purpose. There it is. Well, how do you know that's true? Because you practice it. You don't just read the Bible and be talking stuff like You know, you don't know what it do. You have to test the spirit. Like when you get in trouble, you calling out to God. You know what you prayed. Did he show up? Did that thing show up that you asked for? There's your evidence. Stay on the front line, right? Putting information out there. And I always said that. I get a lot of pushback for that. You telling people when your dependents come up, what if your dependents ain't taught to follow their instruction? Maybe you didn't click in school like other people click. Not that you don't click on learning information, but clicked on, okay, we woke now, family. I don't want to hear about no fucking George Washington and what man came from monkeys. You're a fucking lie. I don't want to hear about no science. I want to hear about thus said most high. And it's gonna take a whole lot of reevaluating and reprogramming. You have to reprogram your mind. You've been taught to think a certain way that wasn't correct, family. And we know this. And we run around wonder why people act a certain way. I can care less about their narrative. I can give a shit less about being politically correct. That's not important. What's important is your welfare. You can't stay stuck in your mess. You know, if you created it or not. You can't stay stuck there every day pondering on those things, giving life to those things that you don't want to see. Because you're trying to fit in with what they saying. What are you? What is the word saying to you? What is it saying to you? Are you studying it for yourself? I hope and pray you are. I was just looking at people like to question the validity of the Bible, but I'm like, that's cool too, but that's kind of slow to me. That's the to me that is the solution book. That's an African book, family. Can't get caught off into debates, wondering. You gotta know that you know. The only way you're gonna know is to pay attention to the evidence. It's written right there for us. You know, like people talking about they are of Abraham's natural bloodline seed. Bloodline, right? But then they'll tell you America is a promised land. Like they ain't read Genesis 15. Yeah, they read where it shows evidence that our people went through some things that God said they would go to because of the judgment you released on yourself. But then you have to prove that. People questioning whether the Bible even, in last I read, the Most High told Jacob to go down into Egypt. And then he will make of him a great nation. So when I'm hearing Israelites talking about Africa, even these groups, I don't have nothing against none of them. But that a lot of our people's doctrine and all, I can't follow no. That's not being rebellious, hard-hearted. That's not being disruptive or nothing. If you're a child of God, you're made in his image and after his likeness. And back to Africa. When you go in Genesis 15, verse 13 through 14, God talks about Abraham's descendants going into servitude under the nation for 400 years. We know that didn't happen to Jacob and his sons. They went in there and they were made a great nation. Pharaoh gave them land and everything. Actually, Pharaoh and Joseph sent for them, so we know about it. It's talking about another people. It's talking about another people, another time. Then we go to verse 18. Most High promised him some land, which points to the descendants of Ham's land. That's why you have Shem and Ham intermingled in Africa, which is Ham's land. So now The same, and the people know it. They know this. They know the Europeans are the Romans, family. Stop playing. And they know what their ancestors did to the people of Jerusalem, the Hebrew Israelites. Like I was stating, all those European nations. I just was watching a video I put out yesterday. I was watching the Portuguese, the information that they carried during the Spanish Inquisitions, because you got a lot of Hebrew Israelites out there. Dante Force. You got people like Dante Force, dude, real in depth, long. He got a lot of information about it. But these things I learned a long time before that through Zion Lex and brothers like Divine Prospect that would get on there. You got to check their videos out. I'm not knocking them, the other brothers and sisters who awakened and came later with the information, but through their perspective. And we know Islam, anyway, we know during those dark ages, Portuguese perspective. Yeah. And they and that information was centered around a chosen people. These maps, y'all hear me talk. Oki-Eri, Ijebu. Eri is the son of who? Ijebu. Oki-Eri and Ijebu. Oki-Eri is the son of Gad. Gad is who? A son of Jacob from the 12 tribes of Israel. Ok mean inherited. Eri inherited the land of who? Ijebu, the Jebusites, the son of Canaan, which we know is spoken of in the Bible. Remember, the Most High gave Abraham, when you go and read, well, people will say he's not talking about in Africa and this and that, but they not understanding. We know the history of the division of the lands. So when you hear me say that, I'm not coming here. Next to it, adjacent, is Ijebu, the kingdom of Ijebu. Ijebu are the Jebusites. Jebus, the sons of Canaan, which is a son of Ham. The Jebusites are a son of Canaan. Now, they're going to tell you about the Yoruba, but I'm like, no, we know better. Yoruba, Israel. Now, some of them might be from the other side, but what I'm studying, it points to the tribes. You have to get the book. Get Ron Dalton's book. Ronald Dalton, Hebrews to Negroes. He's bringing it from a genetic perspective. You can argue, and genetics we know they use in court. You can argue about nuances of this and that. It's like I'm sharing now. You can Google, and it's reflective on that Negro land map, the Kingdom of Judah. Right next to it, like I said, on the right side is the Kingdom of Ijebu. And we know Abraham was told his descendants would receive land, which we know came from a broken covenant also, because Canaan broke the covenant. His father and his brothers cursed him. He broke the land covenant that Ham, Shem, and Japheth had made their children, right? And Noah was there to divide the land. So we know this. Them books they talk about, the Apocrypha books, they talk about ain't canon and this and that, it's in there. But they're going to tell you that those books are not canon or this and that. Family, go read and test what's written for yourself. That's all I'm going to tell you. You can listen to them if you want to. I don't listen to them. Just like a lot of people. They'll probably hear me speak about preachers. Right now, they Geno Jennings. I'm the Most High God, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And she's not tap dancing with her words. You know, she letting you know who's Hebrew and who's not. God's purpose, and why? Not that that negates anybody else coming under his authority. He, the Most High, chooses for all to get to know him, irregardless of what you hear our brothers on the corner talking about. They don't know no better. They driven by their anger. Every soul, every spirit on this earth came from him. You got to check in. It's bigger than your gains. You gonna check in with the Most High. Real talk. You gonna check in. Every soul. You listen to them if you want to. Remember when he went to attack Job, the Most High asked Satan, "What is you doing? What's going on? What's up, Satan? What you up to?" He like nothing, roaming to and fro, seeking who I can devour. And the Most High asked him, "Have you gotta wake up?" Most High know what he put in Job. He know his spirit that was in him. Back to Africa. Well, when you look on the modern day map, you will see that land. They gathered there. This information I'm sharing with you about. Oki-Eri. OK is inheritance. Eri's inheritance. Whose inheritance? Eri. Who is Eri? A son of Gad. Who is Gad? An Israelite, son of Jacob, the chosen. That's modern day Igbo land. That's what the Igbos are. Igbos are sons of Gad. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if you don't know, you ain't did your research, I understand. But we, as the people, it's the truth. They going crazy around the world now because it's coming out. That's all I'm hearing. Gentiles are confessing. Yeah, I hear y'all, but back to your preachers, right? Your favorite preachers. Your favorite preachers, oh. Straight up. They don't know no better. They won't even tell you who God's people are. I don't know how y'all listen to them. I really don't. Men only. Look at how desperate women today have become. Look. Women.
I can honestly sit here and say, as a 34-year-old woman, I have not met one damn good man.
Huh?
So please, someone explain to me why that is.
We already starting off hot. Hold the damn.
You don't know. You ain't never met a good man. I'm taking, but we got good men out here. All men ain't. That's bullshit. Got some feminism shit.
And then for like my old clothes and old foes.
That's some feminism shit.
To laugh at.
Feminism shit that's gonna have you women lonely than a mug. Stay strong. Ain't nobody trying to take your strength. I hear a lot of women, are you trying to kill my self-esteem? Ooh, kill your who? You kill your own self-esteem. I ain't trying to kill your self-esteem. What the fuck is all that? You know what, they be extra, bro. Like, what the fuck? Don't make me laugh, man. Let's stick to the principles now. Come on, shit. We all got morals here now. Let's use our moral code, our moral compass. You know, let's don't go adding all that other shit. All that other stuff. That's what makes it funny. But no, you're gonna be a bitter old person if you have that idea. When do we start believing men and women don't get along, especially for black people, because we all we have. But now today, the new woman, she don't need a man. So she say. So she think. I'd like to see them have children without a man. Like, stop playing. Y'all caught up in all this spiritual witchcraft trying to figure some shit out. Y'all the reason why we in the situation we in now. Hard head ass. You keep listening to all this shit coming up from outside of you. Listen to the moral compass that's made in you. And now I'm gonna say it again. Y'all the goddamn reason we in the situation we in now. Y'all ain't learned that. Young women supposed to learn from the elder women. But the young women, we don't mess with them. I used to watch that shit when I was young, these young chicks. Through my mama. My mama would use her moral compass. Y'all know how the elder women are. They lean more towards Jesus in the church. I'm not saying follow no church ideology. I'm saying follow the will of God. Learn how to pick the meat and get rid of the bones. You know what I'm saying? Don't throw away the whole goddamn tub and the water and the baby. What the hell? I forgot how this thing go, but I'm cold baby out with the water. Like what the hell? Mm-mm. We need guidance. We can't go to show you. But what is that guidance rooted in? Christ said, if anything be built, let it be built on the foundation of God. All this world shit y'all following, you see what it's doing? You got people making videos all day about why men and women ain't getting together instead of speaking about the solution. Where's your moral compass? That's my new saying. Where's your moral compass? I ain't gonna argue with you about nothing. Where's your moral compass? Because when you remember your moral compass, you're gonna remember God's law. Y'all keep listening to these churches talking about God's law is done away with. Christ nailed it on the cross. Christ nailed your disobedience on the cross. He didn't nail God's rules, instructions, and rules to the cross for you not to keep them. Like I say, we back to the preachers. We pay them to become eloquent speakers. We don't pay them to speak truth through a biblical lens. No, they gonna water it down and tell you everything is hung on Jesus. Like Christ came to bring back the kingdom, which you lost. He's the second Adam. First Adam lost it. Second Adam came to bring it back. Those things are contingent on following the Father's law, which is spiritual law, natural law, which is greater than talking about coming. What Moses gave us the law is beautiful. But that was only a schoolmaster for the greater to come, which is the spirit. He wanted to connect you back to him. The father didn't, first time he destroyed you, but he said he repented of that. He wouldn't do that no more. So where's your moral compass and what is it based on? It might. These people dealing witchcraft, man. The English language is witchcraft. And there they go. It is. Because the words you use don't mean what you're saying. Like, look up the word vote. See what it means, and you tell me if you will have a clear to even consider doing that shit again. Look it up. Look up etymology. Etymology of the word vote. And if your ass still voting, that's between you and your creator. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm gonna share the truth. Because the truth gonna make you free. I'm passionate about the truth. Yeah, you see how the decibel in my voice changed? The decibels changed? Truth. You did? Well, yeah, family. Let's hear some more of this bullshit.
I will not. I will not settle.
The man watching, you heard that right. This face right here says it will not settle for an ugly man.
I've been having sex since I was 13. So there's nothing a man can tell me that's going to convince me to have sex with
I
him.
feel about him the desperation of this weed where let's keep going.
Why women be saying shit like that? When the creator created us to come together, and when we come together, we create. We're creators. Why do we put ourselves into these narratives? Like this ain't what you were created for. Now, are you to be used for that and that alone? No, no. But that's what he created your ass to do, to be fruitful and multiply. And women, y'all, that's why I have a problem with certain people. Now, stick to your moral code, Wayne. Don't go getting excited. Let the truth come forth. It will bring it will bring things to your remembrance through the spirit, and it will establish everything. I don't got to argue and get vindictive or mad about the things that they say because they're not using logic. They're driven by the left hand side, their emotions. They're not sitting on the right hand of His Majesty like Christ. They're not using a Christ conscious. They look at that as religion and write that off. Oh, that don't matter right now. Man, you better wake up. It matters. Cause y'all off. You were created. And remember, you wasn't here. Why y'all talking about worshiping women and all? No, I love my woman, but I gotta tell her how it is. Y'all backwards. Not my woman in particular, but people that make the decision to follow these trends, these trans women laying down talking about there's a separation between men and women. Even the men that's promoting that shit. Man, y'all better take hold of your moral compass. Your moral compass will direct you in the right path. Because when you want to lay with that woman, you're gonna get that feeling. You know what I'm saying? You can talk that shit, but your spirit gonna speak otherwise. It's gonna tell you on a woman. And a woman just alike. She talk that shit, but when she get that itch, she gonna want a man. Now, if any youth on here, excuse me if I'm speaking in a way that you're unfamiliar. I can't say things straight out, but that woman is gonna be thinking about a man because that's what God created you to complement one another, to be fruitful and multiply with one another. Two men can't have no damn baby. Two women can't have no baby. It ain't no immaculate conception. The man carries the seed. He's the power. God gave you the authority, bro. It's evident. It's in your members. You know, I can't say what Scarface said because they'll say I'm belligerent and ignorant. But long as you got that, when you go to the bathroom, you know what you got, bro. Long as you got them, that's letting you know you rule. But there's a consciousness connected to that rulership that has an instruction that man can't move. And if you listen to these women and these men, you got a problem. If it ain't rooted in thus said the Most High, you're going to be lost, brothers and sisters. Read your Bible. Get in relationship with the Most High. You don't need no preacher to teach you nothing. Pay attention to what's going on with you internally. Internally, these thoughts you have in your mind, that's your spirit speaking to you. And from the inside, God dwells in you. Luke chapter 17, verse 21. You don't need to be looking here and there. They talking about the kingdom there, or they're building another Jerusalem. They're building another this or that. No, no, no. Don't look for that and none of that. Don't look for the Most High and none of that. Your Christianity, your Judaism, your Islam, your Mormonism, your none of that. Don't look for it. Buddhism, none of that. Hinduism, none of that. Sikhism, none of that. Look for it in the spirit that's in you. You having the thoughts. You're putting together the move. You're putting together the foundation to move in your instruction to establish something. It ain't coming from them. They don't know what God put on your heart. They don't know your instruction, what he gave you us all a measure of himself. So you don't need the preacher. Pay attention to the law. That's God operating in you. What's eternal? That's God in you. And two men can't have a baby. So that ain't God operating.
asking me like, why do you have a boyfriend? Like, how you have a boyfriend? I haven't.
You need a man.
Guy that's doing as well as me.
Ah.
Like me or better. I have my shit together. I have a great apartment. I have zero debt.
Women are delusional. Y'all notice that? He has to be doing good as me. Boo. And there's nothing wrong with expectations. And that man, I'm quite sure, is driven. He has a spirit that's driven, and he wants to accomplish things in his life just as you do. Maybe it's not happening for him through normal means and channels. Like women will come together and put a group together. Y'all support one another to the point where you even say, no, no, fuck me. Y'all won't even honor the covenant that God gave you with this man. You'll put a woman before him. That's kind of funny to me. And that's kind of weird to me. That's weird ass. People got weird. People got weird ass spirits. That's weird too. I ain't gonna say that word. I don't want to offend nobody, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. People weird as fuck. I'm telling you. Hopefully this will be a wake up call. Repent and turn to God.
I'm in the shape of my life.
You looked at your face.
I have a great job.
Great job.
My life is full of friends and family.
Did y'all hear that? She said she looks hot.
I turned 32 in 2.5 weeks, and I'm dreading it.
Why?
My birthday on the way. I can't really believe that I am looking for a male perspective right now, but I have to know what it is about being a single mom that men are eating it up for. Why? Because I remember thinking about that before I got separated. Like, is anyone want to date me? I have 2 little kids. Not a problem. Ladies, if you're thinking about leaving your man.
If you be yourself and focus on the greater that's in you, not the confusion because of what you're seeing around you. Strengthen yourself. Our country is under, America is under the curse. White folks admit the truth that America is cursed for oppressing God's chosen. That's all I'm saying now. God's chosen need to walk as God's chosen. They buildings to try and bring the spirit of the Father, that right spirit. No, you got to come out, separate from them. That's why I say don't do this and do that for them. Stand on your own. And brothers and sisters supposed to. They saying they're God's people. They supposed to have the spirit to support their brothers and sisters. That's why the Most High told you don't vote no outsider over you. No. If you must vote and put a man of your own, then put one of your own bloodline over you. If you must have a leader, like, stop playing. Our spirits are not the same. We've been telling you this. Oh, they need to shut up. They don't know what they talking about. Don't nobody listen to them. Ain't nobody on their videos. The spirit is on there, and I'm doing what I'm told to do. And trust me, those that's intended to get to that need some understanding, it will drop in their lap like it was just meant to be. Without me doing all that. Ain't gotta do no stupid thumbnail draw. Person coming on here, speaking and trying to share what I've come to know. And prayerfully, let's give out the wrong stuff. And an STD epidemic. Rappers infected. Wow. They're gonna say, oh, you just talking. Okay. Serpentine belt tensioner. Replace 2016 BMW X5. That's the same car I was working on yesterday. 2016 BMW. Stop to read so you can recognize the products you're selling and how they apply, and to be knowledgeable so when people call to try and buy a part and they're conveying a message, you'll be able to get it. You gonna have them on hold while you, instead of uh tending to them, you put them on hold till I got somebody here already before you. I never understood that. Would I put a call on hold and you already here in my facility doing business? Well, they might get mad and get irritated and get mad and get your ass out if that's what you want to do. But if you there to do business, people know me, they gonna wait. I'm fishing. I want I got the prints I showed the other day. Now I got to put these shirts together. We coming out this week on business, on number business. Handle your business. We're coming out on straight business. We're coming on clothes. I'm on my clothes. My hustle is different. My hustle ain't like people hustle. Even when I was out in the streets hustling, they used to be like, bro, how you able to go from selling dimes to quarters? Because I set the trend. I did what the hell I wanted to do. How am I able to go from selling dimes? It's a hustle good. And that's what they wanted because they showed me. They used, oh, and people start stealing your style. I don't do all that no more though. I've been stopped doing that. But I recognize the power that you as an individual carry. People be talking shit, talking about brothers deadbeats and this and that. And this really to the brothers. Brother, when you sit back and reflect, yeah, Generation X, I'm 54. So they say we went astray. No, we went about to establish our own, which was to a degree wrong. But it wasn't wrong to go about to establish your hand so you can be able to provide a life for you and your dependents. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You should never sit back because you don't fit into the dynamics of the world. Consider that that's the only way out. That's bullshit. That's the only way. But then get around these people and act like we don't know how to. These people, not so much us, the people that's around us that watched us build organizations, thriving organizations from whatever. It don't matter if it was corrupt. Okay, okay. Let me confess that it was wrong. No Tylenol. I don't promote none of that. No way. If you eat right, think positive. You're gonna have your downside, but eat right, think positive, exercise, and have a winning mentality, family. You won already. No necessary. That don't mean go sell your services for some change. You got the knowledge. Why not start your own business? Why not build legacy for you and your dependents? Don't be listening to these motherfucking people talking about because it don't look like how they perceive things should look. Oh, you ain't got no business. Man, get your ass out of here. I got all the business in the world. I almost popping. The devil done. Hey, nigga done lied to you. Obviously, you don't know Wayne like in the stream. He asked me, do I want to hear my